What's it, YouTube? Dow here from Zephyr Wargames, bringing you a live duel. Yes, we finally got to go back to locals, and what better time to come back than on the weekend release of Genesis Impact. So on the left with the Toon mat, you have Kurt, who is playing the new Drytrons, and on the right side you have myself with the purple dragon mat playing live twins. Now Kurt starts off with terraforming, getting him into the fractal spell, or fractal spell. Don't have it in front of me, but the idea is that it will search you out a Drytron spell or trap. Now he searches out the spell. Now the proxy he is using, because this is the release weekend, we haven't been able to get all the cards as of yet. The proxy he is using is the ritual spell. Now obviously he recognises in a minute that he's made a misplay. He should have searched the Nova to do the special summon. But he's got Cyber Emergency, which pretty much is just as good. The Cyber Emergency gets him any of the Drytrons. So he's going with Alpha, I believe that is. And Alpha is the one that when it is special summoned by Tributing, it gets to search out a ritual monster. Now just trying to see what he's got in his hand from here. It looks like he might have a Gamma as well. So he sends Zeta, I believe it is. Zeta is the one that allows you to search out a ritual spell. So he sends Zeta to bring out Alpha. Alpha is going to get him the ritual monster, and he goes for the Amorphage Pain. Now, probably in this scenario, depending on what else he has in hand, you could have also gone for the Ben 10. But he plays Vrash as well as a power play. So he's sending Vrash to bring back the Zeta. Zeta is going to get him a ritual spell. So I'm assuming he's made a misplay on this one here in the sense that he already got the ritual spell. So he's going to normal summon the Manju, which right now works really, really well. And, you know, shout out to Charlie as well for going over the Herald version, because Herald version still works really, really well. I didn't really look into it too much, but it still pretty much puts in a lot of work, and you play like Eva and you play like the Herald of Orange Light and stuff like that. So I will be looking into that in pretty much future updates of the deck as well. Anyway, so he searches out Natasha. Now, Natasha, I think, is such an amazing card. He activates the Drytron spell, which basically allows him to use Alpha and Zeta using their attacks to bring down the Amorphage Pain. And it actually does cause a lot of pain because it negates XYZ, Synchros, and Fusions. And it means I skip my next main phase one. So I think he made a misplay in this, that he regarded that he should have ultimately ended up getting a Machine Angel Ritual. So he passes over to me now. I've got no main phase, so I have to go draw main phase into, like, I go straight into main phase 2 basically, which basically means I just don't get a battle phase. So I've got Sign It Mining, and I discard one of the Evil Twin Live Twin traps. This then gets me Kiss Kill. Now Kiss Kill is going to be able to be normal summoned because I've got no other monsters. I can special summon Leela from the deck straight away. This pretty much gives me full combo. This is why this deck in a sense is nuts and has a lot of potential. Is it actually has the ability to just go off. So from this position you go into Kiss Kill, and then I use the Parallel XZs. Now massive shout out to Damian Robinson, who pretty much fixes this combo. So the combo that I now do in front of you is actually illegal. So it turns out that the second a Evil Twin hits the board, you're locked into Fiends. Now I thought it was only when you use their effect. Now in this scenario, what I would have had to have done to fix this scenario is to make IP Masquerena, you actually have to go through Link Disciples and Link Devotee and use the token. So you still produce IP Masquerena, you just have to go a little bit further. You still produce this end board. Now obviously the idea behind this end board is that with Leela bringing back Kill gets me a draw. Now because I'm going second, I can make Unchained Abomination, which basically means during the end phase I'm going to get to pop a card, and then during my opponent's turn, when I use Kill's effect to bring back Leela, that will then trigger Leela's effect to pop a card, and then trigger the Unchained Abomination's effect to pop a card. So you're then technically getting to pop 2. Now I've got the field spell in play as well, which what I could have done in the end phase is shuffle back one of my Leelas or Kills, but I've decided to keep that the same. I've also got Present. Now during this duel I've actually found Present hell of a lot better than a lot of people, because a lot of people are like, you need to control Kill and Leela, and it's like, well yeah, but you should be doing that normally anyway. Your one card combo puts both of them on board, so if you're going defensive or offensive, you have the ability to do that. So now he uses the Drytron monster himself. by ditching Natasha, brings back Alpha. Alpha is going to get him a ritual monster. So at current, I've got 2 forms of disruption. So I just want to try and clarify what Damien Robertson has kind of helped suggest on this one, and exactly that you can. So for those of you that are watching this and go, "Oh, that's how you do it," I agree. I already acknowledge that I've made a mistake on the live twin kind of play, getting into IP, but it is easily fixable. You just turn Kisa Kill into Link Disciples, and then you turn you go through a Link Devotee. I'll go through the combo a little bit later on. Anyway, so Kurt continues making his combos. He uses the Drytron spell to get it added back to hand by reducing the attack, then activates it to bring out Natasha. Now, obviously, Natasha can negate effects as well, but the idea is that he needed to successfully ritual summon Natasha, so that when Natasha goes to the graveyard, he can pretty much steal one of my monsters. Now, he now searches out the Machine Angel Ritual, which is a little bit odd in this sense, because you probably would have wanted to use Machine Angel Ritual to go elsewhere, so I think he might have made a bit of a misplay here. But he turns the Zeta into Link Karibo, and then going to use Kisa Kill's effect at the end of his main phase 1 or main phase 2. He's then going to imperm this, and I'm pretty sure he set that imperm this turn, so I was like, yeah, you can't use that. So I'll bring back the Kisa Kill. That's going to trigger Kisa Kill, not Kisa Kill's effect, Leela's effect to pop Natasha. It's then going to Unchain Abomination, which is going to pop Link Karibo. And then during the end phase, Unchained Abomination is going to kill the back row. So this is why I think this combo is so good. A lot of people are like, well, yeah, you don't want both of them on the board. You want to be able to use their effects during the next turn. That's fine. Like, all I now need to do, which is exactly what I do here, is I normal summon a monster, link away. If I want to go defensive and get a draw, I link away the Kisa Kill. If I want to go offensive and get the pop, I link away the Leela. And then I use Kisa Kill's effect to bring back the Leela, and that will then give me an additional pop, which if I want to with Unchained Abomination already afield, I get another pop on top of that. So I normal summon a live twin Kisa Kill and link it away with an evil twin Leela to make Nightmare Unicorn. Now my Nightmare Unicorn is co-linked, so I'm going to discard a card to spin. I didn't need to do this, but I did this for the draw to spin back the Manju. That allows me to get a draw. I can then use Kisa Kill's effect to bring back the Leela. So looking on hindsight, I could have done this the other way around and got a double draw, basically. So I bring back the Kisa Kill. The only disappointing thing with this, in a sense, is that it doesn't have enough killing power. In the sense that both Leela and Kisa Kill are quite weak, and obviously your boss monsters are only going to be 3k. Like the Fiend Link monsters are obviously only going to get you so far. So I swing in for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 4, and pretty much can't do a lot more. I've still got present set and ready to go. I've still got the field spell. He's got the he's got the Manju, and he's got one of the Drytrons. I'm debating the imperm on something like this as well, which ultimately you probably should do, but I just wanted to let it play out. I wanted to see where this can go. Keep in mind, we're both still learning the decks, which is why, of course, the combo for myself was a little bit misunderstood. And yeah, so Manju searches out Ben 10, ditch the Ben 10 for, which I believe is not Alpha, it's the one that lets you it's Gamma, sorry. So that brings back Alpha, and then that gets him so he's going to be able to resolve Ben 10, which gives him a search of a Light Fairy. Now again, this is where I think like you get you could get the Orange Herald of Art Light and stuff like that. So it does give you a lot to play around with. Now keep in mind, I still have interruptions. Like, all I've got to do is get rid of my Leela or my Kisa Kill, and then I've got trigger effects to go from there. I'm not sure what he just added. I think was it Draconoids? I'm not too sure how he added the Draconoids. He might have he tried to trigger the effect of the Alpha as it came back, so I think that's a misplay on that. But regardless, he's bringing back the ritual spell by targeting one of the Drytrons, reducing one of the Drytrons by 1,000 attack, activate the ritual spell again, using 2 Drytrons that make 4,000 attack, and I believe he's going to try and bring back, I think he brings back Vrash. Yeah, he chooses to bring back Vrash. So Vrash destroys all special summon monsters from the extra deck on my board, so it completely clears my board off, which is typical. So at this point, it's now the time to use present because I'm like, I might as well just give you. I'm going to lose everything, so I might as well give you my Leela or Kisley, and get it back from there. So I think I'll give him, so I'll give him Kiskilly. I'll get eventually Kiskilly, and I get his Rash. So I took away his big boss monster, I gave him one of my little ones, and if he gets rid of my little one, then straight away I set my graveyard back up, because I believe the other one I have is not GG Easy, but it's Challenge. So it allows me to Call of the Haunted, one of my monsters. So then what I can do that, because he's put that back in my grave now, is I can bring back the Kisley and then bring back the Leela, and the Leela is going to pop the Borosword, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So again, if you don't know what the deck does, this can be a very, very big disadvantage for your opponent. So use Challenge, bring back the Kiskiller, Kislea. I was doing all right at the start. I had it. I was like Kiskill, and then we just scoop it up and go into game 2. So this one I get to start. So I start off really strong. So Silent Mining, straight into Leela. Now this is one of the good kind of senses in a bait, is that if your opponent has an Ash, you always want to hit the Silent Mining. So then if I have another normal summon monster, I'm good to go. So normal summon Leela special summons out Live Twin, Kisakill, and then I do the exact same combo, but this one's actually legal. This combo is legal right here. So I bring down the Parallel XZs and I overlay into Baguska, because I'm just like, he needs, all of his monsters are not link monsters and they need to be an attack. So make Kiskill, make Baguska, Kiskill, bring back Leela, sorry, make Live Twin, Evil Twin, Leela, and then bring back the Kisakill. Oh, tongue-in-tied. The Kisakill will then allow me to get a draw, and then at this point, I'm like, I probably shouldn't have done this. This wasn't the smartest of ideas. No, so this was fine. Make the Kisakill. I thought I was going to make Unchained Abomination then. So then what this now allows me to do is my Kisakill can bring back the Leela. So if anything threatens my Baguska, my Leela comes back and pops the threat. So pretty much he's got no effects now. They're all negated under Baguska. So he is pretty much just going to have to wall up and hope, in a sense, that the wall up will be enough. But I've got a pretty commanding board presence right now. Pretty commanding board state as well. So so now we're just pretty much building boards and going from there. So it's pretty much just ditch ritual, go from there, ditch ritual, bring out a Drytron. It's kind of a bit of burning through resource management, because he's just not in a really bad way, but anyway, Jack in the Hand. I love Jack in the Hand. So good. Like there's a lot of people that play Where Art Thou absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with Where Art Thou, and there's nothing wrong. The only thing wrong with this is you're giving them a level 1 light monster bit. You're giving them a level 1 light monster that they can't normal summon or set. So, it's very difficult in the sense of what they're actually going to logically take and pick. And I mean, he pretty much had everything set up, because I mean, I wasn't worried because under Baguska, like, he wasn't going to be able to do anything. But I think he can't resolve it because he's got the Alpha on board. Is it Alpha? I'm trying to remember what one it is. Delta, sorry. So Kurt also plays the 1 Delta. So he's already got the Delta on board, and he's got 2 Gammas in hand, which is you only play 2 Gammas. So he decides to use Cyber Emergency instead, which gets him Zeta. And then he's pretty much going to be able, again, if he had the effects, he would full combo. Like, he would get quite a lot. He'd be able to, He would have been able to draw a card. He would have been able to get a ritual monster on board. He would have ritual monster search and a ritual spell search. But ultimately, he's not able to do any of that because of a good old-fashioned rank 4 in the form of Baguska. And now he has to make a link 3, and the only link 3 he's got is BLS that is of a threat. Now, making BLS is absolutely fine because he could technically take out Baguska. The biggest thing that he did, which was the mistake, was he made BLS where it wasn't protected. So I'm pretty much going to go, okay, Kisakil, Leela, pew, get rid of that BLS. Yeah, and let my plays go from there. So obviously at this point on, I'm in a very good commanding position. I've top decked another Kisakil, the normal effect monster. So Bagusta needs to mandatorily detach. And from this point, there's not really anything I'm fearful of. Like, his graveyard's set up, so if he does get a ritual monster, like if he top decks a Ben 10, he pretty much is able to come back into the game because you ditch one, get a ritual monster, get a ritual spell, whatever you need. You get a light fairy off the back of Ben 10, and that's a Manju. Manju then leads you into any ritual monster or ritual spell in your entire deck. So, and also in the Kisakil, link my effect Kisakil and my link monster Kisakil into Nightmare Unicorn. Unicorn's effect, he's got no cards on the field. That card to the left is not set. So I decided to spin my card back. I think the card I've got was like GG easy. So I spin my own card back just to get the draw. Like, there was no real reason to do this. I think it was just ditching a dead card in my hand and drawing a fresh card. But the idea was behind this was just to get Kisakil off the board, because from this point, obviously, what I can do is I can use Leela's effect, bring back the Kisakil. Kisakil draws me a card, and again from this point, there's just no kill. So like, I could use both Kisakil and Leela. I suppose that would be kill. Use Kisakil, Leela, go into Armageddon, and go from there. Now, I'm using Danger Mothman. Now, keep in mind, you're locked into Fiends from the extra deck. He does hit Danger Mothman, so we both draw on both discard. Doesn't really help either out. I think I was just trying to dig just to let the game go on a little bit longer. But I think the way I was looking at this is, if I get rid of the Leela, I can bring the Leela back. So I think this is where I messed up, though, because as I said, if I just made Abomination with Leela and Kisakil and didn't even worry about trying to bring back Leela, I would have had game. So from here, I've only got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4. And then I play the quick play to bring out Leela, which means my opponent has to pay 500 life points to declare an attack. So he pretty much scoops it up after this. But yeah, I went round this such a long route, there was no need to do it. Anyway, this is just the warm-up match. I do have Drytrons taking on Virtual Worlds. So if you do want to see that match, please smash that like button, hit that notification bell, get this video up to at least 50 likes, and it will unlock that duel for you guys. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Till next time, guys, as absolutely always, stay safe and happy dueling.